At least in the media, which I know is less popular. Oh, by the way, Snurdly, the EIB network made HBO's show The Newsroom last night. Yeah, we made it, and I know why we made it. Sorkin puts me in there so that I'll play clips from the stupid show and then promote the stupid show and so forth. I know how it works. That's what they all do. All these networks mention me, hoping and praying that I will play sound bites of them mentioning me, which will then incite curiosity for the network at large, people and tune in to listen. Because they disparaged me. They said a couple things that aren't true. Let's go ahead. Grab soundbites 2627. Here's the lead anchor on the show, Jeff Daniels, portraying the news anchor Will McAvoy. And this is during a replay. Now, remember what this show is. The Newsroom runs at 10 o'clock on Sunday nights at HBO, which is when Breaking Bad is on. Breaking Bad premiered last night. And in fact, I'll tell you what happened. I had 3 shows set up to record at 10 o'clock last night and I have 2 DVRs. Actually, I'll leave it at 2. I've got 2 DVRs, but I made a mistake, and I set 3. You can record 2 programs at one time. I set it up to record 3 shows at 10 o'clock last night. One is this new Sigourney Weaver, I'm Hillary Clinton show on the USA Network, Political Animals. And then Breaking Bad, the season premiere at 10 o'clock, and then this Newsroom thing on HBO. So at about 9:58, the TV says, you got a conflict here. You got 2 programs slated to record here at 10 o'clock. You got to cancel one of them. And the options I was given were Political Animal or the Newsroom. So I said, screw the Newsroom. Don't record it. Well, it happened to be the episode where I'm mentioned. But they rerun those things left and right. If I care, I can get it. I don't need to get it. I've got the soundbite here. You watch Breaking Bad? I love that show. Folks, it's the most amazing show. There's not one likable character. There's not one admirable thing in the show. You watch this show and you hate everybody in it. But it's the best. It's one of the best shows. Joel Cerno. I had never heard of the show. Joel Cerno told me, middle of the 2nd or 3rd season of the show, he said, "You ever watch Breaking Bad?" I said, "No, never heard of it. Best show on TV." I said, how's it the best show on TV if I've never heard of it? It's the best show on TV. So I got the DVDs, and I watched the first couple episodes of the first season. This is horrible. It's about a high school chemistry professor who gets cancer, diagnosed terminal cancer. He doesn't have any money, so he gets together. I'm really shortening this up. He gets together with one of his reprobate high school students who runs a meth lab. And together, they create the greatest crystal meth in the southwestern United States, including Mexico. This guy's brother-in-law is a DEA agent. And now we're season 5, and the DEA agent is no closer to knowing his brother-in-law is the new Scarface kingpin. The show has chronicled this guy starting out as the meekest, anybody can walk all over him, chemistry professor, to now he's the biggest crime lord in the country. It's fascinating. And his reprobate partner, some high school ne'er-do-well punk kid, they're all hateful characters. They're all hateful. Even this guy's wife is hateful. They're all just hateful. Even the kid, everybody in it. It's the first show I've ever watched where nobody is likable, which is unique. Most shows have at least 1 or 2 lovable characters to identify with. Snurdly, have you read the novel 50 Shades of Grey? Well, let me tell you something. You need to get it. Yeah, because, see, Snurdly thinks that he is the Dr. Ruth of men. I'm getting there. I'm being asked here questions. I'm getting to the answers that you all have. I'd never heard of it till yesterday. So I'm reading page 6 in the New York Post, and I see that movie rights have been negotiated for this book. They describe a little bit of the book, and it's It's a chick book written by a woman. It's about, well, they had these kind of books in the 70s. The Sensuous Woman by Jay. You remember that one? A couple others back then. Happy Hooker, this kind of thing. This one apparently tops all of those. It's graphic. It's graphic. I was compelled to buy the thing when I was reading about it. So I started reading a little bit last night. And I said, last about 10:30, during Breaking Bad, a commercial break, I turned to Catherine and said, you ever heard of this 50 Shades of Grey business? She looked at me. Where did you hear about it? Yeah, she said, everybody's telling me to read it. All my friends are telling me to read it. She said, I'm not reading it because everybody else is. Which is like I did. Conventional wisdom goes one way, I go the other. Catherine and I both, whatever the pack's doing, we do the opposite. So she has it. I said, you need to get it. Your friends, her friends are describing this in, it's typical. It's a woman writing her own fantasies in the form of a novel. Yes, right, Snurdly getting all excited in there. And I guarantee you, what's going to happen? Every guy that reads this book is going to say, yeah, that's me. That's me. As she describes her fantasy, yeah, that's me. Every guy that reads it, yep. I already got this down pat. That's me. You're going to do that, Snurdly, when you read, that commonplace. Do that all the time. Dawn's in there saying, what happened to your story about the newsroom? I got to take a break. We'll do it. We'll be back. We'll continue. Don't go away.